So on the first page of my sketchbook, I did nothing. I was putting it off for a while, and then it got to a point where I had put it off for so long that I just never got back to the first page. So yeah, there's nothing here. So this is the first spread in my sketchbook. This is the only graphite drawing that I did in the entire sketchbook, because after I had done this spread, I decided that I wanted the whole sketchbook to be in color. So yeah, this is the only graphite thing that is in here. This was just the first thing that I did after I had moved countries. So I was kind of just like trying to get back into making art, and yeah. Then we have some hand drawings. I'm not the happiest with these. I think that they are just not my best hand drawings. I definitely have other ones that I've done that I've enjoyed more, but I was kind of just trying to figure out how to work with this sketchbook. As you can tell, there's like a lot of blank space because I had never done a sketchbook this big. I didn't really know how to make everything look cohesive yet, so that's kind of like gonna be a process in this sketchbook, as you'll be able to tell. So then we have some portraits. I wasn't very happy with this portrait. It just didn't really turn out the way that I wanted it to, and I messed up the proportions a little bit. But I do really like this portrait, and I was kind of trying to do like a theme with the rainbows in their face to sort of like make the drawings match with each other. But yeah, not that happy with this one, but I do like this one. These are my first memory drawings in this sketchbook, and by memory drawings I don't mean that I drew them for memory, but it means that they have like a specific memory attached to them. So yeah, I didn't paint these from memory. They are drawn from reference photos, but I wanted to draw these photos because they are from just a day where me and my partner went to this diner that we really enjoy, and I just wanted to capture that moment. And so there's gonna be more memory drawings in this sketchbook. But yeah, I got this panini, well, we both got it, which is so good, and then they have really good coffee as well. Then we have some more hand drawings. I really like this one. I don't really like how this one turned out. I just don't think it's very good. But yeah, as you can tell, I was still kind of figuring out how to do a sketchbook, like how to work in it. So there's a lot of blank space, and yeah, I wasn't really sure how to really make things look cohesive quite yet. Then we have some portraits. These are both made in colored pencils, and I was kind of just like getting back into making art. I had just started college and I had just moved to a new country as well, so it was a very hectic time in my life, and so I was just kind of like trying to find the time to draw whenever. And I did mostly like very simple stuff, which is why I guess the pages are mostly pretty blank, because I was just trying to like get back into it. But yeah, these are like very just not the best portraits. I do like this one. I don't like this portrait very much. And then we have this drawing of a person. I wanted to draw this because the scarf looked really fun to draw, and it was fun to draw. And then just two drinks. I don't know, it was very random. Again, I didn't know how to do cohesive stuff. I didn't know how to do cohesive drawings or like spreads yet. So it's very random, but I really enjoy how this one turned out. And yeah. This is another memory drawing. This is from a day where me and my partner went to a place that I had never been before, and he bought me this cookie because he said that his reasoning for buying it was that he knows that I love butterflies, and he thought that I deserved a butterfly cookie. So that was very sweet, and I wanted to draw this to like just keep the memory in here. And then I just drew this very random cake. Don't really have too much to say about that. I really do enjoy the figures that I did up here and down here. I think that really pulled the thing together. Then I painted some pancakes, and this portrait I made after I had been in Sweden for 3 weeks. So I didn't make any art when I was there, and once I got back to America, I wanted to get back into making art, and I made this portrait and I absolutely hated it. I was like, did I lose my ability to make art or what? I didn't, but I did feel like that in the moment. Yeah, it's not very good. I was just trying to get back into making art. Then we have some more portraits. These are both made in gouache paint. I was trying to do like fun facial expressions. I mean, not with this one, but with this one I was trying to like do something different, because usually I do a lot of just like serious faces, and so I wanted to try something a little bit more fun, and I really like how these turned out. Yeah. And then we have some animal drawings. This is when I wanted to explore different subjects, so I decided to do some animals. And yeah, these are just like very simple, fun, relaxing drawings. Then we have some more animal drawings. This is when I was trying to get a little bit more expressive in the sketchbook and wanted it to be more colorful. So I did these backgrounds and I really enjoyed the way that those turned out. I was also trying to do something different with animal drawings because usually they're not that fun, I think, when I've drawn animals before. Or maybe actually I take that back, I think they have been fun, but I wanted it to be even more fun and even more colorful. So I did these. They're both made in gouache paint, and yeah, I really like this. This is more memory drawings. I have videos about these where I talk more about them, so I'm not gonna get into detail, but I wanted to draw some buildings. I hadn't really painted or drawn buildings before that much, so I wanted to challenge myself and do that, and it was definitely a challenge, but it was fun. And then I did this Dunkin' iced coffee drawing. I love the background. I think it looks really cool. These are also memory drawings. This is when I was on a beach vacation and I wanted to draw a couple of photos that I had taken during that time, so I drew them once I got back from the vacation. But yeah, I never really do like full-on scenes or whatever you would call this. I usually, when I draw people, I'll do like actual portraits. I don't really do like figure drawings, I guess, and especially not with like a whole landscape or scene, whatever. I don't really know what to call it, but you probably know what I mean. So that was very fun to do and something very different. And then this is the first and only time I ever tried out doing a border around the painting, which I think turned out really fun. I really enjoyed this spread. Then we have this seagull spread. This was also after I'd been on vacation. I think I was just like in my summer era. I had seen a lot of seagulls and I kept thinking to myself that I wanted to paint them, and so eventually I got around to it. As you can tell, I love this one. I think it's so fun, especially with the starfish in its mouth. And yeah, I really like the yellow background. I think everything looks very cohesive and nice. And yeah, as you can tell, I was like starting to understand how to do spreads, and this was a really good time for me. I felt very inspired and good, and it was like during summertime, so things just felt good during this time. This is a spread that is like very experimental. I just wanted to do something pretty loose and not too serious. These are just some photos that I took from this place, which is where my partner and I like to go for walks. So I just wanted to draw some like plants and stuff we had seen. I really enjoy how these berries turned out, and I think this is a very like cute and fun spread. So this is probably one of my favorite spreads in the entire sketchbook. This is when I started doing my shark drawings. This is just so great to me. I love this spread so much. I also love sharks, and yeah, one day I was like, I want to draw some sharks, and I did, and it literally changed my life. Not really, but I mean, it kind of did, because I love these so much. I'm just so happy with how it turned out, and I've always been really interested in sharks and like fascinated by them, but I had never done art of them, and so I did, and it was amazing, and I had so much fun. So I love this spread so much. The sharks are drawn with colored pencils, and then the background is made with gouache paint. Then this is a birthday self-portrait that I did when I turned 24. I really enjoy doing birthday self-portraits because it's just so much fun to be able to look back on. I have done like, I think maybe 2 of them before, or 1. I don't know. I can only remember 1, but I feel like I've done more. Anyway, yeah, this is just a very fun thing to be able to look back on. I've been looking at this portrait a little bit since I made it, and I feel like I made my eyebrows a bit too dark and this eye looks weird. But whatever. And then we have a hand on this page, which is just a drawing that I did on a separate piece of paper, and I glued it onto this page, and I think this turned out really cute. I love the checkered background. Then this is also one of my favorite spreads in the sketchbook. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I was just like in such a good art mood during this time. I was really enjoying the things that I was making. But yeah, I love the pink background with the yellow squiggly lines, whatever they are. I think the yellow contrasts really well with the pink, and I really enjoy how the background pulls the whole thing together. It would have been very boring if it was just like a blank background, so I love that. I also love how this bunny turned out. I think the fur looks really good, and I just love this spread so much. And then we have another shark spread. This one is fully dedicated to hammerhead sharks because I felt like they deserved their own page. So this is also one of my favorite spreads. I just love sharks and I love drawing them so much, and I was literally watching shark videos on YouTube when I was doing this from like National Geographic, like their stuff, and I had so much fun. I was like learning about sharks and I was drawing them, and it was just such a good time, and I'm so happy with how these turned out. I think they're just so cute and fun, and yeah, I love them. And then we have some portraits. This one I made in Magtober, and then this is just random portrait that I did. So for this one, well, first of all, if you don't know what Magtober is, it's when you try to create art every day in October, and I was following a prompt list, and the prompt for the day that I made this was cryptid. So I did these like figures. Normally I feel like I would have never done that for a portrait, but I think it made it look very interesting, and I really enjoy how it turned out. And then this one, I love the background in this one, and I also love her hair. I think that turned out really good, and yeah, I think this is another fun little spread. It's not a spread, but I like these drawings a lot. And then these are also Magtober drawings. So this is my neighbor's cat in Sweden, and she's the most precious thing ever, and I really wanted to draw her, and that's my partner's hand petting her. And then this is just a drawing of some oranges. It was during Magtober when the prompt was citrus, so I just did this very basic drawing of some oranges. This portrait is probably my favorite portrait in the entire sketchbook. I just love how it turned out. These were also both during Magtober, but yeah, I love her like soft expression. I love the angle of the portrait, and I just had a lot of fun drawing that. And I remember that I really took my time on this one, and that was not always the case during Magtober because I only had like a day to work on a piece, but I'm very happy with how that turned out. And then this is a whale shark, which I had been wanting to draw for so long, and I was so happy to finally do it. I don't love the background, it's a little bit too bright for me, but the prompt was neon, so that's why the background is neon. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with both of these, and I like the way that they look together. I think they look pretty fun. We have another shark spread. This one I don't really like as much as the other ones. I mean, I don't like it even close enough. I think this one is just not that great. I don't like the background color at all. I'm not really a purple gal, if you will. So I think that's why I don't like it. I also feel like I was a little bit rushed with this one compared to the other ones because this was during Magtober, so I only had a certain amount of time to get it done, and so it was a little bit rushed, but I was still happy to be drawing sharks. So still some Magtober pieces. I really enjoy how this, I don't know if you would call this a portrait, but I enjoy how this drawing turned out. And then this, I remember I was really tired when I made this, and it ended up being very rushed, so it's not really that good, but that's okay. Not everything can be good, you know, but I really do like this drawing a lot. So this is from Magtober, and then this is something that I drew over a Magtober I had drawn. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about these. They are just paintings that I did. Alright, so then we have this portrait and a coffee. I don't really like this portrait that much. I'm just not very happy with the outcome, but I do love how this coffee turned out. So ever since I made this, I've been so into drawing coffees, as you might know, and this was the start of that. And when I started drawing this, I had no idea how it was going to turn out. My hopes were pretty low. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to pull it off because it had like a lot of small details, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to do that, but it turned out so well, and I was so happy with it and had so much fun. So ever since I did that, I've just been wanting to draw coffee. Example. So this shark drawing is the last drawing that I did for Magtober. It's a shark saying goodbye, like saying goodbye to the challenge. And then this is my first drawing that I did after Magtober, and I wanted to draw coffee because I had done this, and I was like, I want to do more. So I did an iced coffee this time, and I love how it turned out. I also think that the background looks really good. I think it really pulls the piece together and makes it a little bit more fun and interesting. So I really love this a lot. And then we have this portrait and this matcha. Again, I wanted to draw more beverages. I had done the coffee drawings and I was like, I want to do some different beverages. So I did a matcha, and this was a drawing that I did when my semester in college had finished up. So I wrote, "It's time to relax," because I had been doing so much schoolwork and I was like, it's finally time to relax. And so I did this matcha painting. And then this portrait, if you know, you know. I love doing side profiles, and I added this star in the background to make it a little bit more interesting, and I think it turned out super cute. And then we have the final spread. So I decided to go very simple with this. It's pretty low effort. I was honestly just so tired and pretty done with this sketchbook. I kind of just wanted it to be over. So I just painted this fish, which is not the best, but I honestly don't really care. I just want it to be done. And that's the last thing. I didn't do anything on this page. I think I was just too tired and I just wanted to be done with the sketchbook. So yeah, nothing to see there. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed and you enjoy this art, please do consider subscribing. There will be more sketchbook tours and a lot more sketchbook videos. So yeah, thank you guys for coming along, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!